I developed a thing that I call life's lessons. I gave this to this university class that was graduating, and I said, here's your instructions as you graduate and get your degree. Here's your instructions for life. And I'll just run through these as relatively quickly as I can. You may think it's not that quick, but I got what I call 13 life lessons. Start off with 10. I've added a couple as I've gone on. As you get older, these things accumulate. Number one, if you lose your health, nothing else matters. Health is very significant. How much money would Kerry Packer have been able to give of his vast wealth for a new kidney to be able to continue to play the game? Number two, if you lose your integrity, no amount of success will be meaningful, and it will produce a hollow feeling when you look in the mirror. How would Alan Bond and Rodney Adler and a few others who fell by the wayside along the way, how would they feel about integrity if they were to live their lives again? Number three, control your own destiny. That doesn't mean you have to get into your own business, but how do you get into the position whereby if you're unhappy or you don't like what you do, that you've got the wherewithal to do something else? Number four, be prepared to take some risk. Life's an adventure, and when you're young, you can afford to fail. There's an article by Bill Ferris in today's Australian talking about one of the problems in Australia is the fear of failure. And that's absolutely true, not just Australia, everywhere. That's what makes people hang in and do what they want to do. But if you don't take any risk, the amount of success that you have will be somewhat limited. Another caveat, there's no shortage of good deals or ideas. Don't fall in love with an idea that because there are others, and don't put yourself in peril of chasing something that is kind of mission impossible. Number six, get some money out of the business. You sleep better at night when you haven't got it all on the nose to win on every race. Number seven, keep some powder dry. I think that, in particular for young people, again, with your kids and even yourself, you should have a compulsory saving plan so that you save some money. If I didn't have that $1,000 when I went to Australia in 1968, I would never have been able to get into the business. When opportunity knocks, you got to be in a position whereby you got to be able to exercise your right to be able to act on it. Number eight, family. Find a tolerant wife or husband who appreciates your search for success and fulfillment. Be good to your kids. They're going to be the ones checking you into the nursing home. Number nine, never, never, never give up if you think you're right. Big companies work on the basis that the little guy will fold. 85% of the time, competitors will go away because they won't go the distance. The flip side of this is, don't die on your sword. If the logic and the facts say that you're pursuing mission impossible, be prepared to cut your losses. And as Kenny Rogers says, you got to know when to hold them and you got to know when to fold them. Number 10, don't get caught up in your own self-importance. Try to be humble, even if you don't believe it. Be able to laugh at yourself. Number 11, life is about dealing with people. You can solve the biggest problems in life if you have a smile on your face and can develop a sense of humor in regard to whatever the issues might be. Try and surround yourself with smart people who complement your skills. As I say, none of us can do everything. Number 12, focus. really important. I have been guilty of having in my life somewhat of a lack of focus on occasion. I call it the new girl syndrome. The new girl always looked a little prettier than the girl you brought to the dance. You know, somebody presents a new idea, and if you're an entrepreneur, you got entrepreneurial skills, you can't help but read it, and then next thing you know, you're starting to think about what can I do with this and that. But it can also be very deadly because it can become a diversion, and a diversion can be something which takes you down the wrong path. I say, particularly when you're getting started in a new business, be a rifle, not a shotgun. Zero in on your target. Single effort, shotgun sprays everywhere. So be a rifle, not a shotgun. Number 13, my final kind of life lesson is, understand the basics of the business. Most of us here remember the dot-com boom. People would say, I don't really understand what the business is, but there's the greater fool theory of somebody else will pay it a higher price to be able to buy it. So those are my, thank you for sitting through, and those are what I think from being in business, starting from scratch, building a somewhat substantial business. I'm the major shareholder in Competitive Foods, which, as I say, is in the manufacturing in the hamburger business. The Domino's business, which is a substantial, I'm the chairman and the largest shareholder. And I've got some activities that I see in public companies where I also get some exposure as to seeing how some of these things work. I think that Brett probably covers what I wanted to say.